Okay, on our way back to the Seraphim stronghold, find one of these fire forges under this bridge here. Shut up. No one's gonna guard you. Because there's no one there. Now, we're gonna need the Fire Reaver in order to activate one of the thingamajiggers.
Leave me alone, people. Jeez, I'm doing nothing to you. Except for I'm planning on killing all of you lieutenants. That's, come to think of it, you know, it's something you should probably be concerned with. Okay, shooting the Light Reaver into that crystal will not get us in, because the lake is frozen. Down here, Fire Reaver! Juicy! Alright, that's what we needed to do. Wow, that ice is thick. Wow. Jeez. Winters in this place must be ridiculous. But if that's the case, why are, like, nobody wearing coats or anything? Oh, there's a Fire Reaver. I could have gone there. Fire Forge. Alright, the Light Reaver over this way. Shitty collision detection, I tell ya. I'll just get closer. You're gonna have to die though, Baldy. All right.
Here it comes.
Really? Really? Whatever. Let me up there. Did you just shoot through the wall? Should have given you some armor. Would have made sense. Die, damn it. Get back here. Alright, you're about to die. Just ripped her something out of her abdomen. That was weird. I wonder how they ever plan to get that gate open during the winter. Because it's apparent that the friggin' ice freezes like 30 feet deep. That was ridiculous. Hey! Cut it out. Don't people ever get tired of that? Seize him till we seize him! That was a little excessive, wasn't it? Don't get the Soul Reaver too excited, that thing will kill you.
Suddenly and inexplicably, I discovered the Reaver suspiciously laid across my path. Again, I sensed nothing of that temporal distortion, the peculiar sense of displacement I had felt when I encountered the Reaver in William's chapel. Cornered here with the blade, I suffered the same nameless dread that I had experienced when Janos first presented the Reaver to me. I felt at once repelled by the blade, and yet overwhelmingly compelled to seize it.
So, Raziel, here we are finally. You have no choice but to confront me now, and I am not so foolish as I've let you believe. We have business to conclude.
You knew I would lead the Seraphim to Janos, you vile bastard. You've been orchestrating my every move. My destiny is an amusement to you.
It was fun while it lasted. I think not, Raziel. Malik, do not let this creature leave. He poses a danger to the Circle. Poor, deluded Raziel. Did you somehow imagine you had the guile to change history on me? I'm the Time Streamer. I knew your every intention before you did, you imbecile.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses!
Lord Mobius, there is trouble within. The Circle is under
Hold
attack.
fast, Malik. This one is the real danger to us.
What are you trying to concoct here, Mobius?
You toxic creature. Did you imagine I'd simply allow you to run loose? Corrupting everything you encounter.
I admit that I've underestimated you to this point, Mobius. It's a mistake I won't repeat.
Wrong again, Raziel. Now, Malik. Bolt the door.
Using his staff to disable my Wraithblade, Mobius effectively disarmed me, leaving me with only one choice of weapon. And yet I confess, it was not the lack of options, but blind rage that made me take up the Reaver. In my fury, it felt as though my hand had acted of its own will. And now, that same hand clutched the hilt with unyielding strength, and I felt a constrained tingling, a remote but palpable sense of longing, as the disabled Wraithblade tried vainly to embrace its physical twin.
Oh, geez. Okay, so we picked up the Reaver, the physical Reaver this time. So we don't really have to worry about the thing overloading our, sucking away too much of our strength. But we're gonna have to go make the best of this now.
Come to take your revenge, demon? Back to hell with you!
I recognize these two as my former brethren, in life as Sarafan, and in unlife as Cain's vampire sons. Melchiah and Zephon, the weakest of Cain's brood. These bastards had no idea what future lay in store for them, how they would become the very thing they so despised. The Reaver hummed with ravenous anticipation. Janos had called it a vampiric blade, endowed with the power to drain its victims of their lifeblood. I was eager to see what the Reaver would do to these two.
Oh, time for an ass-kicking. Now our conversation with Mobius revealed something rather interesting, I have to say. Back in the beginning of Blood Omen, during the opening cinematic, there was a scene where Vorador stormed the room that the Circle of the Nine were in and slaughtered 6 of them, and fought Malik at the end. Now Malik had been late to arrive to defend the Circle, and had he arrived there in time, he probably would have been able to do something more to protect them. But he arrived late, and, well, that didn't... Mortanius thought that Malik was screwing around, just wasn't doing his duty protecting the Circle, and that's why he was cursed to his weird, sort of cursed existence of living as a piece of armor. Turns out, well, those events did happen. The reason why Malik was late is because Mobius was holding him up, standing there, telling him to block the door so that Wraith and Raziel wouldn't get through. So it was really Mobius' fault, but that son of a bitch has been orchestrating everything. Cain always friggin', even into this game, Cain was underestimating Mobius' intelligence and involvement. Now these two, Zephon and Malchiah would eventually become Kane's vampire lieutenants. You even missed him with that. What are you doing?
As Malchiah and Zephon fell before my blade, I felt the Reaver's bloodthirst as keenly as I ever had when I was still a vampire. I could sense the boundary between us dissolving. The Reaver was consumed with my rage, and I was intoxicated by its bloodlust. The blade had a vitalizing effect on me. My physical energy no longer decayed over time, and the wounds inflicted by my foes healed almost instantly. The Reaver had made me invincible.
Yes. Raziel will no longer take damage, and he will no longer just lose his life force. Yeah. Reached the end of the game. Now, there haven't really been any boss battles except for these guys here, but by the time we finally do reach some bosses to fight, Raziel's invincible. So that really takes the challenge of the last portions of these fights. But the enemies that we're facing here, the Sarafan lieutenants, are quite formidable opponents. Even these two weaklings back here put up a decent fight.
Have you come to reclaim the monster's black heart?
You'll have to get through us first.
My former brethren, Duma and Rahab, confronted me next. This all seemed so elegantly choreographed. Exhilarated by the Reaver, I was drunk with revelations. I could finally appreciate the delicious irony of Kane's blasphemous private joke, and I reveled as I colluded with him across the centuries. For it was I who put these bastards in their tomb, thus providing the corpses for Kane to raise as his vampire sons a millennium from now.
Of course, Raziel kills these guys here. Kane eventually resurrects them as his vampire lieutenants. Then Kane, like 1,500 or 2,000 years from now or whatever, kills them again. Kills their vampire cells. Ah, you son of a bitch. You're dead now. Of course, the personalities of these guys that they had back in the game Soul Reaver have not a whole hell of a lot of relevance to them now. Their characterizations here are rather simple. Notice that the souls are escaping. Raziel doesn't have time to consume them before they get away. That's kind of an important thing, because if their souls were consumed, there wouldn't be anything to draw back into their bodies in order to turn them into vampires, would there? You can attack me all you want, bro. You're not going to hurt me. Oh, come on. All you're doing is annoying me. Dead. Can't get his soul. Ah, nope. Not even worth trying. Can't do any telekinesis attacks. 2 left.
Get back to the pit you crawled from, demon.
And here at last was my brother Turel, who along with Duma would bear me into the abyss without questioning Kane's command. So dutiful and righteous, even as a vampire. I guess some habits die hard. The vampire Tyrell had eluded my vengeance. The Sarafan Tyrell would not.
The battle with Tyrell was supposed to happen in the game Soul Reaver, but the game was sort of over-ambitious with what they had attempted to do, the amount of time that they have, I guess maybe the power of the PlayStation, back, all that kind of stuff. So, the original story had to be trimmed down and certain aspects removed and saved for this later game. I wonder if I can do this. Nope. So the battle against Tyrell was cut from the game. And in fact, so it's basically just the idea is that Raziel just didn't find Tyrell while he was roaming around in the future. But he gets his chance for revenge now. Raziel definitely wanted to kill Tyrell because he was one of the two that actually picked Raziel up and threw him into the pool of water that turned him into this wraith form. Oh, come on with that. Why are you not dead yet? Now you're dead. Yeah. Slaughtering these sumbitches. Yeah, I love it.